If you're over 65 and you've noticed you feel a little weaker each year, even though your daily routine hasn't really changed, then what I'm about to share could explain why. And it might just change how you think about your morning coffee. Every morning, millions of older adults brew a cup of coffee and take that first comforting sip. It feels familiar, safe, almost therapeutic. But here's the concern most people over 60 are never warned about. After age 65, your body quietly begins losing muscle every single year. This isn't because you're lazy or because you've given up. It's because aging fundamentally changes how your muscles respond to food, to movement, and even to stress. This process has a name, sarcopenia, and it often starts long before you notice any obvious weakness. At first, it's subtle. Maybe getting up from a low chair feels a bit slower. Carrying the groceries in from the car seems heavier than it used to. Or maybe your balance just isn't quite as steady as you remember. Many seniors simply assume this is a normal part of getting older, so they tend to ignore it. And that's where the real danger lies. Because once this muscle loss accelerates, it can quietly steal your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life, all without pain, without any dramatic warning signs. But here is the reassuring part. Muscle loss after 65 is not inevitable. And it is certainly not too late to slow it down, or even support your muscle strength again. In fact, researchers have discovered that one simple nutritional addition, when taken consistently, can help aging muscles respond better to your daily movement and the protein you eat. And surprisingly, it can be added to something you probably already enjoy every single morning, your coffee. Now, let's be very clear. This is not some miracle cure. It absolutely does not replace movement or exercise, and it will not rebuild your muscle overnight. But when used correctly, it can help your muscles wake up, making them more responsive to nutrition and helping them resist the rapid breakdown that often accelerates after age 65. Most seniors never even hear about this because it's simple, it's inexpensive, and it's not heavily advertised by big companies. Instead, they're often just told to exercise more, even when their joints ache, their energy is low, or motivation just feels hard to find. But aging muscles don't just need more effort. They need better support. And that support begins with understanding why muscle loss speeds up in the first place. After 65, your muscles become less sensitive to protein. This means your body doesn't use the building blocks from your food, the amino acids, as efficiently as it used to. At the same time, low-grade inflammation can increase, and the hormones that help protect your muscle mass slowly decline. So even if you think you're eating normally, your muscles might still be underfed and not getting what they need to stay strong. This is where your daily habits matter more than ever, especially the very first habit of your day. Because what you do in the morning can set the metabolic tone for the next 12 to 14 hours. And one small, simple addition to your coffee, when it's the right one, can gently support muscle preservation without putting any extra stress on your body. In the next part, I'll explain exactly what this coffee addition is, the science behind why it works so well with aging muscles, and the common mistakes seniors make that can unknowingly speed up muscle loss. Stay with me, because this is where things can really start to change for the better. Do you ever wonder why muscles seem to just disappear after 65, no matter what you eat? It feels like you're doing everything right, but you're still getting weaker. Well, the answer might be hiding in your morning coffee cup. Today, we're going to talk about the silent reason behind age-related muscle loss and a simple, powerful way to fight back. First, let's understand what's really happening inside your body. It's not just about getting older. It's about how your muscles change their response to food and exercise. When you were younger, your muscles were incredibly efficient. You'd eat a meal with some protein, your muscles would grab those amino acids, and they'd repair and rebuild themselves, no problem. But after 60, and especially after 65, that entire process starts to slow down. Doctors have a name for this: anabolic resistance. It's a fancy way of saying your muscles don't hear the signal from protein as clearly as they used to. So, you could eat the same healthy breakfast you've eaten for years, but your muscles might only use a tiny fraction of that protein. This is a huge reason why so many seniors experience muscle loss, even when they feel like they're eating enough. Their bodies are just not getting the message. Now, let's talk about our favorite morning ritual: coffee. I want to be clear. Coffee itself is not the enemy. In fact, drinking coffee in moderation can be great for seniors. It can boost your alertness, lift your mood, and even give you the motivation to get up and move. But here's the common mistake that millions of people make every single day. Most older adults drink their coffee black, or maybe with just a little sugar or creamer. What does that do? It wakes you up, for sure. But it provides zero signal to your muscles to build or even maintain themselves. Even worse, when you drink coffee without any supportive nutrients, it can actually slightly increase muscle breakdown, especially if you're already a bit underfueled from fasting overnight. It's not a dramatic or dangerous effect, but over months and years, those tiny losses really add up. This doesn't mean you need to give up your beloved coffee. It just means your coffee is a missed opportunity. But with one small change, it can become your powerful daily ally in the fight for strength and independence. So, what should you add? The most senior-friendly and research-backed addition is a scoop of collagen peptides. Now, it's really important to understand this. Collagen is not a muscle-building protein on its own. It's not like whey or casein protein. But what collagen does provide are specific amino acids, like glycine and proline, that are crucial for supporting the entire structure around your muscles. Think of it as the framework for your body. Why does this matter so much for age-related muscle loss? Because your muscles don't work in isolation. They need strong tendons, ligaments, and connective tissues to transmit their power and allow you to move. As we age, this supportive tissue can weaken. When that happens, your body, in its wisdom, subconsciously reduces muscle activation to protect your joints from injury. This leads to less movement, and less movement, as we know, leads to even more muscle loss. It's a quiet, vicious cycle. By adding collagen, you're helping to support this crucial infrastructure. When you take it consistently, it can improve how comfortable movement feels, making you more likely to stay active, to stretch, and to walk. And this is where your morning coffee is the perfect partner. Collagen peptides dissolve easily in warm liquids like coffee. They're tasteless, and they're very gentle on the stomach. Adding collagen to your coffee doesn't magically turn it into a muscle-building shake. But what it does is give your body an early morning signal of structural support. This is incredibly helpful because when you wake up, your body has been fasting all night and is already in a state of mild muscle breakdown. Starting your day with collagen helps to counteract that. Another big mistake many seniors make is skipping protein at breakfast altogether. They'll have their coffee and then not eat any real food until late morning or even lunch. By that time, muscle breakdown has been happening for hours. This doesn't mean you need to force down a huge, heavy breakfast. Your body just needs a signal, not a feast. A little bit of protein goes a long way. Of course, no powder can ever replace movement. But after 65, movement without the right nutritional support is just far less effective. The goal here is cooperation, not extremes. We're talking about small inputs, consistent daily habits, and gentle support for your body. In our next video, I'm going to walk you through some simple, medically safe daily habits that you can pair with your morning coffee to help slow muscle loss and build strength after 65. These are realistic habits, no gym required, and no complicated routines. Just simple steps to help you stay strong and independent for years to come. All right, let's put this all together in a way that feels realistic, safe, and sustainable for life after 65. I'm not talking about extreme routines here. These are simple, daily habits designed to work with your aging body, not against it. Think of them as gentle signals that remind your muscles they're still very much needed. Let's start with habit number 1. Add collagen peptides to your morning coffee, but do it the right way. We'll begin with something you probably already do every day. Pour yourself a cup of coffee. Simply add 1 scoop of unflavored collagen peptides, which is usually about 10 grams, into your hot coffee and stir it well. That's it. Collagen dissolves easily and has no taste, so you won't even know it's there. So, why does this simple step help? Well, overnight, your body naturally breaks down a small amount of muscle for energy. This is a normal process, but after 65, recovering from that breakdown becomes a bit slower. Collagen provides the specific amino acids that support your muscle structure, tendons, and all that important connective tissue. Now, this doesn't directly build muscle like a weightlifter, but it makes movement feel smoother and safer. And when moving feels easier, you naturally start to move more. That's where the real benefit kicks in. One important note: don't rely on collagen alone. Think of it as a supporter, not the main builder. This brings us to habit number 2. Pair your coffee with a light protein signal within the next 60 to 90 minutes. This is a common mistake I see. Many people drink their coffee and then wait hours before eating anything. After 65, that long gap actually encourages more muscle breakdown. You don't need a huge breakfast, just a simple protein signal. A boiled egg, some Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, a small protein smoothie, or even a handful of nuts with a glass of milk will do the trick. Just 15 to 25 grams of protein is enough to send a clear message to your muscles. Stay right where you are. You're needed. This works perfectly after the collagen, because the collagen prepares the structure, and the protein provides the building signal. They cooperate. Next up, habit 3. Activate your muscles gently before noon, even for just 5 minutes. Your muscles are most responsive earlier in the day. I'm not talking about intense workouts, just simple activation. You could stand up from a chair slowly 5 to 8 times, do a few push-ups against a wall, march in place while holding onto a counter, or do some light resistance band pulls. Even gentle stair-stepping counts. Do this before noon, when your natural alertness is higher. Why does this timing matter? Because after 65, muscles need both nutrition and activation to respond. Protein without movement doesn't do much, and movement without protein doesn't do much either. Together, they signal preservation. 5 minutes is enough. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Finally, habit 4 is all about supporting your muscles at night by avoiding the protein gap. Most of your muscle repair happens while you sleep, but many seniors eat very little protein at dinner, which creates a long overnight gap without the necessary fuel for repair. The fix is simple. Add a small protein source to your dinner or early evening meal. Things like fish, lentils, eggs, yogurt, or milk are great options. It doesn't need to be a heavy meal. This little boost just helps reduce that overnight muscle breakdown. And just as important, stay hydrated. Dehydration increases fatigue and reduces muscle efficiency. A glass of water in the evening helps more than you might realize. Now, what can you realistically expect from this? Let's be honest, this is not a fast process, and that's perfectly okay. Within 2 to 3 weeks, many people start to notice slightly better balance, easier movement, less stiffness in the morning, and more confidence when getting up from a chair. The strength improvements will come slowly, but they will be steady. The key is sending these small, daily signals, not pushing for heroic effort. In the final part of this series, I'll be talking to you directly about hope, reassurance, and why it is absolutely not too late to protect your strength after 65. If there's one message I want you to take with you today, it's this. Muscle loss after 65 is not a life sentence. You are not past the point of change. You are not broken, and you are certainly not powerless. What your body needs now is not punishment or extreme effort. It needs clear, gentle signals, repeated day after day. Signals that say, I'm still here. I still move. I still matter. For many seniors, the hardest part isn't physical, it's emotional. After years of hearing, that's just aging, it's easy to believe that decline is unavoidable. But aging is not the same as giving up function. Yes, the body changes. Yes, recovery is slower. But adaptation is still possible. Science is very clear on this. Even in your late 60s, 70s, and beyond, your muscles can respond to better nutrition, light resistance, and consistent daily habits. Not dramatically, not overnight, but meaningfully. And meaningfully is enough to change how you live. Being able to get up from a chair without fear, walking with steadier steps, carrying groceries with confidence, feeling safer in your own body. These are not small things. They are quality of life. What you add to your coffee each morning is not magic, but it's a symbol, a reminder that you are choosing to support your body instead of ignoring it. A reminder that small actions, repeated daily, matter more than big intentions. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need complicated plans. You just need consistency. A scoop of collagen in your coffee. A light protein signal. 5 minutes of movement. A supportive evening meal. That's it. And if you miss a day, nothing is ruined. Just return the next morning. Progress after 65 is not about perfection. It's about returning. And here's the most important reassurance. Your muscles are listening. They may respond more slowly now, but they are still responsive. Every time you nourish them, every time you move gently, every time you choose support over neglect, you are telling your body, we're not done yet. If this message helped you, please share it with someone you care about. Many seniors are losing strength simply because no one ever explained this to them clearly. And remember this, the goal is not to look younger. The goal is to live stronger. One morning, one habit, one cup of coffee at a time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living a stronger, healthier life.